Hi, welcome to day 24 of May You Receive, a 31-day challenge to receive what is already yours. Today, we are going to receive freedom. What does it mean? In my life, I've been contemplating this word for a long time, and it keeps coming back to me. Because I often used to think that freedom is not being in prison, right? Like having my own space, having my own choices. But is it really? Is it really? I'm gonna ask you to maybe take a moment and ask yourself, what does freedom mean for you? What does it mean to be free? When I used to watch movies, I used to think that being in prison is the worst thing we can experience, because we cannot go where we want, we cannot do things we want. There are strict rules there. But as I started learning more and more about this word and about freedom itself, I noticed that it's not the body freedom that we seek. It's the freedom from the constructs of our mind. And there are a lot of people that have been in prison and found their freedom, and they were much happier than when they were free. And most of us, I think, most people in this world, hopefully it's changing now, they live not free because they are bounded by the mind. And even I am bounded by my mind at some level. That's why receiving freedom will be a cool thing to do. I feel it. It will be an exciting day. There is a quote, from what I remember. It says that freedom is a space between stimuli and response, or we could also say between trigger and response. So if we have something outside of us, when we react, we are not free, because we react from the mind, and we react with the habitual pattern that we've been conditioned to react. And only when we are able to see that trigger outside of us, what seems to be outside of us, outside the body, when we are able to take a breath, notice it, not react, this is freedom, this time in between. It's like, wow, I am free. I don't have to react. And that's what I would love you all to experience. And I will share with you one more thing. I don't know if you've read a book, I just remembered, Men's Search for Meaning. And it is about a concentration camp. That the man, and it's a true story, he was taken, everything was taken away from him. And even his hair, his clothes, naked, bare naked, no hair, like everybody. And only in that time he realized who he was, because outside everybody looked the same. They had nothing, they were naked, they were without hair. But he realized that no one can take away his mind, his inner state. And he started finding the inner freedom that he is the one that can give meaning to his circumstances. It's not that circumstances dictate how he responds to life. And I think that's very important, because both are true, right? There are arguments for one and the other, but do we want to live a life where the meaning is set for us externally and we just passive, like it's nothing we can do, it's fate, like life happens to us? It's a way of being, and I've been living like that for most of my life, until I started waking up and I actually realized that I can influence my life and I have a choice, and the inner state of my being is creating my life. And I found freedom there. I found freedom in knowing that I don't have to suffer. Like, suffering is a choice. I don't have to submit to my victim consciousness. I can actually take the power back and realize that it's all me. It is all me. Let me see if anything else wants to come through. So, freedom is often associated with breath, with freedom of breathing. And if we start to do exercises, breathing in the air and breathing out, we start to regain that inner freedom of the mind, because the mind is not engaged when our focus is on breathing and when we circulate that breath. When we go back to thinking, then we are in the mind. So today I invite you to breathe in freedom, but again, not forcing it, not taking it, but just receiving. See that it's already here and just receive freedom, however you want to visualize it. If it's freedom outside, the freedom of the wind, of the space, if it's the freedom that is within, and you're just circulating the breath through that freedom, creating like a spiral of life or a circle of life through your breath. Let's put a hand on your heart and repeat after me. I release all the energy that have stopped me from receiving freedom. I release all the energy that have stopped me from receiving freedom. I release all the energy that have stopped me from receiving freedom. Close your eyes. Let's take an inhale together. Hold. And as you exhale, say to yourself, I am here. And notice that in this beingness of you, the I am presence, there is already freedom in there. everything is. And when we are connected to this state, there is actually nothing to receive, but the receiving is a dance of life. We are a vessel which receives all that is here. And today, let's receive freedom, because why not? Let's receive freedom, not only for us, but for all the people in this world. Let's unite this intention today. Let's feel that as we receive freedom, everyone in this world is awakening to their freedom, no matter where they are, no matter what they do. Let's be free. Breathe. Freedom. Receive freedom. Allow it. Surrender to it. Soft body, open mind, and let the freedom pour into you. Like a glass receiving water, like earth receiving the rain. You can open your eyes, and can you feel the state of your consciousness changed just through this simple moment of contemplation, of receiving, of allowing? Keep practicing it throughout the day. Keep receiving freedom for all beings, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.